These worlds are very, very precious. They're very hard to come by.
I like that I can live in a completely different world.
The series has been an amazing experience for us, and the fans have let us know it's been an amazing experience for them.
I'm so glad to be back in Skyrim.
The community inspires us to push ourselves even more.
They're not just players, they kind of become your friends and they become a part of your life.
This is their world. We created it, but it's their world and they love it.
When you look at a community that is this strong, always believing in it, that's very, very special.
I was looking at some pictures the other day and just seeing how young we all looked, like we were just kids back then.
When I first started working on the Elder Scrolls, there were less than 10 people working on it. It was a very, very small team.
They were great times. We were having all sorts of fun, and it was definitely an atmosphere of camaraderie.
Everybody pitched in and did whatever they had to.
One of the first things I did here was producing the CD-ROM version of Arena, a game I still love.
Specifically what I remember about Arena, the thing that really sticks with me is the sense of the size of the open world and the possibilities before anyone was referring to games as open world.
I remember walking into the city of Daggerfall and just thinking, how is this so big? I could just walk for days.
I put a lot of time into Daggerfall, actually. More than I care to admit.
Each game has that moment where you work and then you see it kind of pop off the screen where like, yeah, that's it. That's the magic. With Morrowind, it was getting that moment where you step off the boat.
I'm talking to these characters and like the interactions were like so real to me at the time.
It is a unique thing in the industry to have a community that's been around for this long.
It also has the effect of inspiring what's coming down the line. Things that may have been brushed aside in the dev process that are now going to be put into a game that otherwise wouldn't have been taken into consideration if it wasn't for the community.
On Oblivion, as it started to come together, I think we all had a sense visually we're going to knock it out of the park with this.
The first time we got the forests generating and running, this felt like something you hadn't been in.
I was so anxious and so happy and so excited to be playing this game. I hadn't felt that in such a long time.
The community and the people who play this game are 100% of the reason you do everything that you do for a game. If that's not who you're doing it for, I don't even know why you're bothered making it.
Every single game, we basically throw out everything we did in the past and say, all right, it's got to be better in every way this time. How are we going to do that?
We approach it as its own thing. We absolutely listen to the fans. We read everything. We're going to focus on what we want this game to be and what it does well.
In Skyrim, we pushed the needle over on the dragons, where they were beasts in the world. Someone had put them in the game, and then we were just testing something else, and this dragon randomly arrived and created this magical moment of havoc. So, okay, this is going to be something special.
QuakeCon 2011, about 3,000 people got in to see Todd demo Skyrim. He was just sitting there with his Xbox controller. At some point, a woman went into labor, but for whatever reason, I think because Skyrim is awesome, she did not leave the presentation. She wanted to stay until the end.
It's so amazing. It really is. Skyrim was what people were searching for.
Today is the eve of 11/11/11. We're about to go pick up Skyrim.
This game has changed my life.
Skyrim brings people who don't play games into games.
Holy cow, I'm gonna die again.
Skyrim Grandma is, I get tongue-tied, her name is Shirley Curry. She's been playing Skyrim for a number of years now. And she's just very passionate about the game.
Didn't I just charge that with a grand soul gem?
She's honestly one of my heroes in the community.
These are people that are playing the game as obsessively as you were making it.
We didn't know Fus Roda was going to be a meme.
Fus Roda! I didn't catch that.
Fus Roda! They're an expression of the community's joy or whatever other emotional reaction they might have to the game. And every time we see one, we go, yeah, yep, that's right.
Sweet rolls have been in every game, but we don't know that people are going to latch onto that and want to make them in real life.
They are the passionate community that keeps us going.
I used to be an adventurer like you, and I took an arrow in the knee.
Can we go back a sec? What did you say? I used to be an adventurer like you, but then I took an arrow to the knee. Yeah, I thought that's what you said.
We told fans that the first person to have a child on November 11th, 2011, and name their child Dovahkiin would get Bethesda games for life. And there is a child that was born that day that they named Dovahkiin.
Seeing the first people step into the world and seeing everybody swarming around NPCs in major towns, it was a really incredible feeling.
We were doing something a little different. This is no longer my Elder Scrolls, it's our Elder Scrolls.
There's this vast library of stories and characters and places and things. That relationship between us and BGS being so strong allowed the whole thing to happen.
No, oh, tears.
There's no way he can get
Oh,
past
God.
the Daedra.
I like to think of the game as we built the house, but the community really makes it a home. Some players have even met their significant others and gotten married. After meeting somebody in ESO, they get married in real life. The Elder Scrolls Online community has definitely become a family. They even use the hashtag ESOFam kind of lovingly.
Casual Ranger runs a guild that really is into helping new players. He would go to players who were kind of by themselves and say, hey, come sit with me, come sit with us.
Last year, Casual Ranger, he was expecting his fourth child and his computer died. So the community very quietly raised enough money to surprise him with a brand new computer.
You guys seriously have blown me away with your generosity.
I've had people message me on the side sometimes just with, want you to know that your game kind of saved my life. Knowing that we've had an impact on somebody's life like that, it really means a lot.
We get letters from people that are like, you know, it got me through a tough time in my life. I was able to play with my dad or whatever. Like, it can mean surprisingly quite a bit to people.
They can live in this other world that allows them to be strong or explore or get out of your own head for a little bit.
That is not why you set out to make a game or make something, but when you see the impact it can have on somebody's life to get them through a really bad time, those are the ones for me that mean the most.
It's amazing to see that it keeps growing. It inspires you to do great things.
The Elder Scrolls is really rich and has been able to go beyond being single-player RPGs to a card game that has, been lauded for being unique and different.
And then being able to see it expand from just a PC game to PC and console to now it's on mobile with Blades coming up. I mean, there's some really cool things in the works.
It looks and feels like Elder Scrolls, but it's made for your phone. It sort of harkens back to Arena and sort of the classic dungeon crawling experience.
That's the most fun part, which is being able to figure out what the community wants and then giving them more of that.
We're building the technology now that is going to fuel our future games.
We're using photogrammetry to scan in all these real-world assets and push our future tech for games to levels we have not done before.
With the encouragement of the fans, we're even immortalizing Skyrim Grandma using that technology.
This means a lot to me because I would be extremely happy to know that somebody else was playing with my character in a future Elder Scrolls game.
Watching the fan reaction videos for Test 6 and seeing people get emotional about it, it's a pretty incredible feeling.
It's sort of an obsession to make the perfect Elder Scrolls game, so I don't think that's ever going to go away.
I imagine my grandkids will be playing new Elder Scrolls games. I imagine their grandkids will be playing new Elder Scrolls games, and that they will be new and fresh and exciting.
I am confident that at a 50-year mark, there will be people that care about it, and that says a lot for the series.
Our fans are the biggest, most important aspect of our games.
They're a family in a way, and this becomes the Bethesda family, and I'm just proud to be a part of it.
It's all about the community playing together and being together.
I think when we look back, it speaks to us always believing in it, the fans believing in it, and our shared history. It wasn't this thing that just magically appeared. It was a very long, steady road, and we hope to walk that road for a very long time.